Hello class, we are looking at Portia Woodward's Silkscreen Spring 2020 Sketchbook. We open up the page, there's the syllabus taped in for easy access as well as the expectations. Things that I'm looking for right off the bat in your sketchbook is technical note-taking. Okay, and this is notes from my lectures, notes from videos that you're watching, as well as notes that you're taking during your own personal research. Also, image development. I'm looking at 20 plus thumbnails, long sustained drawings, okay? Then also outside resources. I require a minimum of 10 artists that are outside the artists that I tell you to look up, and these are your own personal research and your own personal artists. And then also I expect you to work in chronological order. This is the second day where we draw portraits of each other, and we talk about the semester ahead, all right? Portia is looking at the Sharpie marker, embellish the Sharpie marker, there's more of the syllabus, and here is our first assignment, okay? Technical note-taking, please note that after the lecture, she goes back through her sketchbook and embellishes on the notes to cover things that she may have passed over during the lecture. These are some artists that she's researched. I believe these are 2 artists that she's interested in. These are not artists that I directed to her. They are hers alone, okay? It is highly, highly recommended that you find your own artist and put them in, do a little research on them, and also include examples. Do not say, oh, I'll get the image later. You never will, okay? One of the things that will happen is that you'll start seeing connections between the imagery that you're pulling out and adding to your sketchbook and start seeing a common thread in the aesthetics. The aesthetic is your actual perception of what you conceive of being beautiful or lovely, all right? So she is a graphic design concentration, so you can see the graphic quality of the work that she's going towards, as well as the text that goes with it. So again, here's 2 cards. Also, one of the things that we talked about early in the semester is your academic planner and the idea of bullet journaling. Bullet journaling is a way of maintaining yourself on task throughout the entire day, week, and month, as well as your academic calendar, which keeps you on track with the course of the semester. And here is her daily or weekly calendar of where she needs to be, when she needs to be, okay? Only problem with this one is that she did not include the weekend, which I highly recommend that you also schedule out your weekends. Schedule in play, schedule in socializing, but you also need to make sure that you're scheduling all the work that you need to get done. First assignment in the Silkscreen class was the word winter, so there she is embellishing winter, as well as 3 little Sharpie drawings that she realized then bleeds through her sketchbook paper. You'll find that she uses the bleeding through to help with her drawings later on. Here are some hand studies that she was doing in the drawing course last semester, and so I always encourage students to continue working on assignments or with imagery that you're interested in previously. You do not have to reinvent the wheel for my class. Here are some digital printouts of icicles, as well as the hand drawings, more icicles, more of the trees that are drawn through the bleed through, more hands, more bleed through, interesting page, kind of going through the kind of the iconic kind of ideas of what winter is. She ended up being in her room and drew her plant in the window, and actually you'll see quite a bit of studies on that. Here's another kind of more finished drawing of the plant, which they were then to cut out in paper. There's the bleed through, which you kind of like. There's some more icicle drawings. Okay, she's kind of like using, notice how both pages are being used on the sketchbook, that the pages mostly are filled with information, okay, dense, lots of work, lots of time being spent in the sketchbook, all right. Talk about technical note-taking. There's some ice cream drawings that she got kind of interested in. I think they came from the icicle. You know, the icicles turned into ice cream, as well as the plant drawing continues. She did 2 cup paper stencils for the Silkscreen class. One was of the ice cream cone, the other one was of the plant. I don't think the ice cream cone came out as nearly as nice as she thought it was going to be, but you can see the detail in it and the kind of design elements that she was going for, this kind of calligraphic line quality in the ice cream. And then there's some plant studies, and that's the kind of final print that she did for her plant study. Now again, this is just the beginning of the semester. That was the first assignment. You saw the image development, you saw the technical note-taking, you saw her outside resources that she was using, and you saw how she was working chronologically. Okay, she maintained this pace throughout the entire semester and ended up with like 157 pages in the sketchbook filled like this throughout the entire semester. And so this is why we're kind of looking at this. This is Portia's, it's not yours. What I want you to do is make your sketchbook yours, okay? Thank you, and if you have any questions, come see me.